So hi, Microbehunter here again, and some time ago I made a video about this USB microscope which can be plugged in either to a computer using a USB cable here, or if you have an adapter cable which you have to buy separately, you can also plug it in into a mobile phone. And interestingly, this this review video on this USB microscope turned out to be one of the most popular ones on this channel, so I decided to give you a little bit more information on this microscope, and I also would like to talk about 5 points that I liked about the microscope and 5 points that I did not like so much about it. And while I talk, I'm also going to show you some of the pictures and videos that I made using this microscope. So it's kind of a little bit like a double information. We're going to get started right now. And I'm going to start with the thumbs up part first, with those parts or those aspects of this microscope that I like. First of all, if you do not know much about this microscope, I would recommend that you also watch my other video. I'm going to include a link at the very end. And of course, there are also links below in the description about this. So number one, the first thing that I like about the microscope is that it's really low cost. Okay, so I bought this one here not over Amazon, but I got it directly from China. I went to the website aliexpress.com and I paid around 7 euros, which I guess is around $8 US for this microscope. Well, it took quite a long time for it to arrive to Europe where I live, but it's actually, yeah, it could almost not get much cheaper. You can buy the same microscope over Amazon, but of course then you get it much faster. But it's going to be a little bit more expensive because the people who import the microscopes, of course, they also want to make a profit. But generally, to explore the microscopic world, this is probably one of the easiest, not easiest, but I would say one of the most low-cost solutions available, because it's in reality nothing more than a simple camera with a small lens attached, and then you can simply observe. It's like a webcam, really. So that's basically how it works. So that's the first advantage, and is the low cost. So almost no hesitations. If you're interested, just buy it. You have not really lost a lot. So the second point that I would really like about this is that it's really portable. That's basically, especially if you use it over a mobile phone, then you basically you carry your mobile phone along everywhere anyway, and then you simply plug in this separate adapter cable that you have to get, and then you can essentially explore the environment and the world however you want. Light, small, relatively portable. So this means as a field microscope, maybe. It depends a little bit what you want to observe, but I think that is also possible. Okay, so that is the second thing I like. The third thing that I like is that it does allow you quite easily to record pictures and also videos. There is basically a snap button here, and the software that you can use basically allows you to determine what it should do when you press the snap button, either to record a video or to take a picture. And the software that I use is not the one that came with the camera, but it is a so-called UVC webcam software, or also EasyCap software. These are basically, so there are several programs that you can choose from, several apps that you can choose from, and I also had no problems actually directly plugging it into the computer, and without any installation of any drivers or anything. I was also able to record videos, but I mentioned this in my other video where I explained to you how I set it up and how I made actually pictures and videos using this microscope here. And by the way, there is also another video that I made in my other channel where I was kind of exploring my skin a little bit using this very microscope, so you might also be interested in that video. So the next point that I kind of like about this microscope is that it gives a picture that looks very similar, or actually almost identical, to the pictures, the images provided by stereo microscopes. You know that stereo microscopes, they give you a stereoscopic view. This one does not do that, of course, but because you are looking at opaque objects, that means that the non-transparent objects, it works like a gigantic magnifying glass, really. And this allows you to explore the microscopic world in a different way than, for example, using a compound microscope. So in that sense, If you already have a compound microscope and you're thinking about, should I buy myself a stereo microscope, but actually then you have another microscope standing around and it's large and you have to invest a lot of money, but you simply want to get, as you say in English, you want to get your toes wet, you just want to try out stereo microscopy without a stereo microscope, then you might want to use a camera like this. Yeah, a USB microscope like this. Of course, you're not getting a stereoscopic view, but still the image that you are producing looks quite similar. Yeah, last positive point, it's pretty kids friendly. So many kids nowadays already have a mobile phone, and if you get yourself an appropriate adapter cable, I don't know if it works on an iPhone. That's something that I also have to mention. It works on an Android. I don't know if these things also work on an iPhone because they have a separate connector, but they're very kids friendly. Okay, and many kids already have a mobile phone, and then they can run around exploring the world with something like this here. It's very rugged, it doesn't break easily, it's extremely easy to use. Every kid can press a record button, you know, and the focusing is also easy. You have a knob here that you simply turn. It says here from 40 times to 1000 times. Forget about this. This does not magnify 1000 times. It wouldn't make sense either. It's also not relevant. It magnifies enough, and basically all you do is you just point to it and then you just focus, and there are LEDs here, yeah, you get top illumination. If you want to get a higher magnification yet, I can show you what you can do is you can remove this here, and I'm sidetracking. I know I'm supposed to talk about the advantages for kids, but when you basically turn this out here, you see here the lens, then you can actually go even closer and then you get a higher magnification. So very easy to use, kids friendly, cannot break easily. Maybe an alternative to a children's or toy microscope. I mean, yeah, before I get a toy microscope, I probably would get something like this because this actually allows you also to take pictures. So now let's talk about the negative aspects. Of course, you get what you pay for. I mean, it's pretty cheap, but so there are got to be some downsides, and the biggest downside here is why I'm just gonna use this for playing around and experimenting, but not really for making videos, serious videos for my YouTube channel. This is because the camera resolution is very low. It's 640 times 480 pixels, very low resolution, so the image quality is not very good, I'll be honest with you. However, for simple, easy exploring of the environment, it might be enough. Okay, so that's yeah, it depends really what you want to use it for. Yeah, but I would say the image quality is not good enough for making any I don't know, production quality videos. A second disadvantage, I already mentioned that kids might like this. Now I'm gonna give you a downside to this. Microscopes like this do not allow children to actually learn proper microscopy practice. So if you want to get something yeah, like this as a present to a child, for example, you got to be aware that it's, you know, simply pointing to something and then pressing the record button does not allow the child, of course, to learn how to use microscope slides or how to use the coarse and defined focus knob and all of these things. Okay, so in that sense there is some kind of a concerning microscope use, you don't learn microscope practice this way. However, the thing is maybe that's not even necessary. Yeah, so just saying this, that this is actually from the educational aspect, because it is so easy to use, probably not a replacement for, in quote, real microscopes. I'm putting this under quotation marks. Yeah, another point relating to image quality here, it's not only the resolution, which is low, but also the so-called dynamic range is quite low. So this means that the camera has problems capturing both dark and bright areas at the same time. So yeah, the colors are kind of washed out. When it's too bright, then it goes completely to white, even though it's not completely white, and when it's black, it goes way too low. So the dynamic range is not quite high, and you see this a little bit yeah, when there is a color transition, that you do not really see a nice color transition, but you see it's kind of, it looks a little bit sometimes posterized, as you say, yeah, where you have different layers of color, and there are different steps of color, but there is not a real yeah, there's not such a nice color transition. Might not be something that is really important. After all, it's very cheap, but it's also something that I noticed concerning image quality. Yeah, and a point that I already mentioned is this adapter cable, and that it might not exist exist. It's the next negative point. It might not exist for all mobile phones. And the other thing is that these adapter cables, they are not so cheap either. So if you want to use a mobile phone, be prepared to also spend a little bit on this adapter cable here. And also be aware that not all adapter cables work on all Android phones either, because there is now also a new version of a USB adapter, and this one here is the old version. So you just got to be careful when you're going shopping for adapter cables that you are getting the right one for your mobile phone. Yeah, and then the last negative point, a little bit, also that's a little bit more of on the technical side, is the following. I already mentioned that if you remove this top part here, and if you turn it in such a way that the lens is moved out, you can actually go much closer to the object that you want to magnify. There is a problem, however, and that is that if you go very close, then this very top part here where you have the lens actually casts a shadow. So especially at high magnifications, when I really want to go close to something, okay, like this, I'm actually not able to properly illuminate the area because it's in the shadow of this very plastic piece here on top. Okay, so that's also something that it's kind of a little bit of an issue. But at the same time, I understand why they have designed it such a way, because what they wanted to do is they wanted to prevent that there is any stray light from the LED actually going directly into the lens and into the camera. Okay, so I understand why they've done it like this, but that's still somewhat of a pity, because you theoretically could get a higher magnification. So yeah, by moving this out and then going very close to it, but because of the shadow, that's not possible. And for this reason, I recommend that you simply use an external flashlight or LED for illumination purposes. So last bonus point is the following. I'm going to show you now a little bonus point. So there was 5 good and 5 negative aspects, but there's one thing that I just want to show you as well. What you can do is the following. You can remove this front part here. Okay, yeah, just turn it a little bit, and you cannot see it right now, but deep in here, I don't know, somewhere around here, there is the sensor. Now look what I'm doing here. I've got here a very low-cost kids introductory microscope, portable microscope. It's also my field microscope that I sometimes take along traveling. So something dropped, and look what I'm doing here. I'm just taking this off. Now you want to remove the eyepiece first. You take this off, and look. What you do is the following. You take this and you put it directly on here. Okay, and you can take pictures and videos directly, because the distance from the sensor is approximately the correct distance. Image quality is so-so. There is some stray light, so you have to move it around a little bit here until you find the best image quality. But it's possible, okay? I don't know, you might want to construct some kind of adapter or something that's kind of so that you don't hold it by hand, have to hold it by hand. Otherwise, honestly, you can just hold it by hand like this as well. And with the other one, you just manipulate the slide or the focus, and you can take videos like this as well. Very low-cost solution. It does work. Okay, so with that, I just want to put it back together again. So these were kind of 5 positive and 5 negative points. Well, and if you're interested in this microscope, I did include some affiliate links down in the description, so you might want to check out the Amazon affiliate shop that I have as well. I wish you all the best. Happy microbe hunting as always, and see you around next time. Bye bye.